Hello and welcome to Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. I am Jake Lewis, and on this show, myself and my regular co-host Mark Hoffmeyer have dissected the entire Deep Blue Sea trilogy, one DVD chapter at a time, now looking at Deep Blue Sea adjacent films, films directed by Rennie Harlin, featuring sharks, or aquatic action, that sort of thing. That is normally the case, but this is a very special episode. This is our 100th episode, very special one, for which we planned nothing at all. This is an odd episode. What's going to be on today's episode is something that was originally going to be a bonus episode. You may recall back in, I think it was October of 2021, we had Nick Rehak on, friend of the show, to talk about Shark Night. And Mark was supposed to be on that episode. He could not make it due to the impending birth of his child. And so it's just me and Nick. And we were not big fans of Shark Night, and we did not hide that over the course of that episode. So it seemed right to have a bit of a redux and have Mark back on. That is not what you're going to hear first on this show. After recording that, after releasing that, one of our listeners, Dylan Uprichard, thank you Dylan, sent us a message on Facebook inquiring why hadn't we touched on the biggest Deep Blue Sea adjacent feature of the film, the incredible music video over the end credits, sung by the entirety of the cast, available on YouTube. Just Google, just YouTube, Shark Night, Shark Bite music video, something along those lines, and you'll find it. You can watch it, and then you can scrub your eyes out with soap because of what you'll have seen, and your ears as well. So I'm about to re-intro this in a minute. This was, as I say, it's supposed to be a bonus episode. We figured, why not do it for the 100th? I had called an emergency podcast with Nick to talk about this incredible music video. That will be the first segment you hear, is Nick and I, our initial thoughts the day of discovering it. And in fact, you'll hear Nick watching it for the first time, not knowing what it was at all for that episode. And then that's about 10, 15 minutes, I think. After which, we then jump forward 6 months and have Mark on, along with Megan, and along with his wife Megan, friend of the show, and their lovely daughter Mallory, to talk more in depth about the music video, the film Shark Night, and everything else in between. This is one of our more rambling, more kind of general, entertaining, non-linear episodes. If you're a fan of the podcast, I think you'll be a fan of this episode. We will resume our regular talk about a new Deep Blue Sea adjacent film every week next week with Ghost Ship, guest Lindsay Street, returning for that one. So fear not. But now I'm going to re-intro this exact same thing without the big deal that it's a 100th show any second now. Enjoy! Hello and welcome to Deep Blue Sea, the podcast. I am Jay Shark Bite Cluett, and this is a special bonus episode. Today is Thursday, the 21st of October, 2021. Today is the day I had my world rocked to its very core. It's been peeled bare. I don't know what to do with my life anymore. This is because of a comment left on our Facebook post for our Shark Night episode a few weeks ago by Dylan Uprichard, fan of the show, now a friend of the show after this, I think. He's not been on before, but he's a listener, long-term listener, and I just want to say thank you, Dylan, for this comment. Nick, do you remember... joining me today is the guest. This is all relating to the Shark Night episode from a couple of weeks ago, and the guest on that was Nick Rehak of Rehak Radio. He is back today. Nick, welcome back to the show.
Hi, hello, thank you.
Nick, when we recorded Shark Night, I don't know if you listened back to the episode. I know you do tend to listen to episodes that you're on and nothing else, I think, in terms of podcasting. I think it's a fair statement to say. But when I was editing that one, I jumped back in and re-recorded a little bit at the end where, in my comparisons of Shark Night to Deep Blue Sea, I forgot one. We missed one, which was that the dog is named Sherman, which is the name of Preacher's character, LL Cool J's character in Deep Blue Sea is Sherman. So not only does the dog come back at the end, save the day with an explosive weapon, the same thing that LL Cool J's character does in Deep Sea, but they have the same name. They're both called Jen. So wonderful.
That's really funny. I like that.
But we're back today because there is another additional similarity between Shark Night and Deep Blue Sea, and it's a huge one. Now, cast your mind back. You may have, like me, attempted to purge all memory of Shark Night from your brain, with it being not a good film. But do you recall when you watched it? Did you watch the credits?
No, I didn't. Most of the time when I'm invited to be a guest on the show, I will go to Amazon Prime and I'll rent it. And I stop as soon as the credits start, because if you watch it all the way through, then you kind of lose that 48-hour window. So I stop, so this way I could start at the beginning and rewatch it as many times as I want without losing it. I kind of gamed the system that way.
Well, in doing so, you missed out on something. On that episode, we did mention that my UK version was a few minutes shorter than the registered runtime on IMDb or Wikipedia. And it turns out that there is something at the end of the credits that has been removed from the UK release, but is there in the US. Yes. And I'm going to drop a link into the Skype chat now.
All right.
Which I'm going to ask you to follow in a second. Because at the end of the credits, there is a song sung by the cast of Shark Night.
What?
Yes. And what we're going to do is we're not going to listen to the song, because there will be copyright infringements on that.
Right.
Myself and the listeners are going to listen to you watching that video and listening to the song. And I'm going to ask the listeners, we'll put a link to this in everywhere that we post this, apart from Instagram, because you can't do that. So just Google, the song is called Shark, it's called Shark Bite, but it's Shark Night song, brackets Shark Bite on YouTube.
Okay.
4 minutes, 4 seconds long. So by all means, listeners, cue this up as well, and we'll tell you when to press start. Nick, it's in the Skype chat now.
All right.
So just let me and the listeners know when you're gonna start playing
and
that.
that's saying Rogue, a Relativity Media Company.
Yes, that's the end of the credits. So are you ready to press play?
8, 9. Okay. I'm at 11 seconds.
Okay, 11 seconds.
We just did a very fast, quick edit, almost like a strobe light. And the lead is pointing at a grill in his mouth.
Yep, Dustin Milligan. He is the director of this and the writer of this opus.
I have a smile on my face, but I feel like I'm not gonna look forward to this. Okay, I'm gonna hit play. So I'm just gonna. Okay, here we go.
Go.
What is happening?
This is the official music video of Shark Night.
Why? All right, I'm hitting pause again at 26 seconds. Am I allowed to pause, or should I keep talking through this?
I would say keep talking through this, and maybe we'll circle back around at the end. Let's just don't hit pause. Let's just watch the whole thing. I want the pure experience.
Right.
So 26 seconds.
26 seconds. Let's play. He's in a room with sunglasses on for no reason. Jam on bread.
Peanut butter on
why
toast.
does he have the grill in? It's not like his character has it or any other character has a grill the whole time. Now he's in a studio with lights circling around.
Yep.
Jay, SaveYourSharks.com.
That website does not exist anymore.
That's a bummer.
Yep. If you thought this was just a Dustin Milligan joint, it is not.
Now she's in it. This is pretty bad. This is like what is it? They saw some original Lonely Island videos, and they're like, "Hey, you know what we should do? We should do our own."
Yeah, that's exactly it. I feel like Sarah Paxton is game in this, though. She does a good job of her little verse, and then there's the rest of the cast.
This is absurd. What is? I'm gobstopped because now we're slowing down. Sharks on my jock. What the is this, Jay?
Yep. Chris McCormack has entered.
Someone wrote this.
Dustin Milligan. Ted from Schitt's Creek.
He sat down and he wrote this, and they decided with the budget that they had, like, hey, we should do this thing while we. Is that all their actual voices?
I don't know. I'll say a little bit more after the whole thing.
Jay, this is really terrible. Like,
Chris Carmack is just chanting shark at this point.
now he's screaming underwater.
Oh no, this is Blake. This is Chris Ilka. He's naked as the juice.
And again, still with these grills.
Yep. I don't know if they shared a grill or it's on his jet ski.
I'm glad we focus on the jet ski, I will say that.
Yeah. And the tanning of his penis. We're about to get to the best bit, I think.
What is... Full speed ahead. So, well, here's the thing. All right, that part's kind of funny.
That was the best bit.
That is really... I like that.
And then the worst bit.
Here's the thing, representing the 410. Here's the thing about this video. They're doing this during production.
Mm-hmm.
So did he write it before and he wanted to, like, this is purposeful? It's not just like an afterthought?
It feels like it's been shot over like multiple days of production. Like a little bit here, a little bit there. And then you have Cinco Walls, Malik, at the end. His bit feels very... Did you watch the SNL in lockdown shows that they did?
No, absolutely not.
Okay. Well, they did a couple... They had like 3 shows, I think, of SNL in lockdown. And for a couple of those, they would just give... Everyone on the cast got a camera. It was like, just head out and do like 20 seconds or something. And that feels like... The quality of that feels like Malik's bit at the end, where it's just him slightly off camera, just doing it himself. No one else involved. Just being kind of sad and wandering around. And then at the end he says, "I'll spare you."
Oh my gosh. Well, I'm not understanding for a myriad of reasons why this is a thing. I think the first is, I can understand if it's afterward and they're doing this at like the rap party for the production or it's an afterthought. But they're singing it like during production.
Mm-hmm.
And to me,
they've hired a studio for parts of it. They're all in there.
Yeah, they
days.
rented it or they know somebody that's got one. Like, and then it comes back to again the tone of it. Like, remember we couldn't decide if they wanted it to be a comedy or if they wanted it to be, like a legit horror thing. And now we know, like, they just wanted it to be a comedy because clearly, like, this is some kind of goofy. I'm so puzzled right now, and I don't understand. I don't understand why it needs to exist. Can you think of any other film dealing with sharks outside of Deep Blue Sea? Any other film dealing with sharks, or any other horror film where they just start saying, it's like if, like, what is it, Halloween H2O, and all of a sudden, like they just come out and start singing?
I can't think of any. I'm certain there are some more, and this is what we're recording now is the first half of what will be potentially be a 2-part, or two halves of one show. We're not going to release this one without the other half, because Mark, regular co-host Mark, wants to be involved in this discussion as well. He can't be today, and I felt like I didn't want the chance of this getting out and you hearing about it whilst not being recorded to happen.
I'd have been shocked. I'd have been like, whoa, what? And then I'd have looked it up. Like, what's crazy? Halloween Resurrection, that was the one with Busta Rhymes, right?
I believe so.
He didn't even put out a song
for
that movie. And he could have. He probably should have. I bet it'd be really good. But, like, you know what? I'm not understanding it. There's just, like, I'm watching it again for who knows what reason.
It's a car crash. You just can't look away. But yeah, I got the Facebook comment came through today, and I was like, what is this? Because I feel like had Mark been on the Shotline Show and he'd mentioned, okay, we did a show on Cutthroat Island, right? When I mentioned that my version of the film was a few minutes shorter than his, and he joked that it's because Frank Langella had a rap in the middle of it, Cutthroat Island, which would be great. I'm here for that. So it's plausible that he would have been on this show and said, oh yeah, it's because all the cars do a rap at the end. There's a bit where Dusty Milligan points to a toy shark in a toilet, and he holds up some jam on toast and then jam on bread and peanut butter on toast. And I'd be like, well, this is clearly just another one of Mark's many lies. And this is
and it's not.
I've watched it. It exists, and I still don't believe that it does. It's bizarre. But what I find equally bizarre is how little internet presence this has. It's got a couple of uploads on YouTube. No one has documented the lyrics to this anywhere on the internet, which is almost unheard of for any song. Whenever I've tried to find any song lyrics to any song, they are readily available. Not for Sharkbite. And it's also, at the start of the video, it says Dustin Milligan is the director. You go on Dustin Milligan's IMDb page, he doesn't even have a director's section, let alone this video being on there. I feel like this has tried to be swept so far under a rug. Everyone's embarrassed by this and just trying to hide it.
Yeah.
It's listed as soundtrack on IMDb, Sharkbite, and he's the writer of it, but it's not on the Wikipedia for the Sharkbite page. It just barely exists, apart from this little corner of YouTube. And again, once again, thank you to Dylan for letting us know.
Almost no thank you to Dylan.
No, I know.
I'm not gonna lie. Like
you.
this is terrible. No, I don't mean that. No, but this is terrible though. Like I don't know. I have so many questions.
Well, we will answer those questions at a later date. I'm not sure when. It will be a few months from now, I think. But what I pledged to do between now and the second of this recording, which will be a few minutes away for the listeners, is I'm going to try and transcribe these lyrics.
Oh my gosh, please.
It needs to be done, and I feel like it's no one else wants going to do it, so it's up to me, and we will go through them, maybe not line by line, but there are some gems in there, and hopefully, just skipping ahead a few minutes in the show, you'll be able to hear them. So that's our initial thoughts on Sharkbite. Nick, do you have anything else you want to get off your chest now before you get to sit with this for a few months and then come back and talk about it again?
I can't believe that it's a real thing. This genuine feels like a riff that Mark would go off on, and I would like throw goofy stuff in there with it. But like, there's genuine thought was put into this, and a good deal of time was put into editing this footage.
Yeah, and Sarah Paxton comes in with the line, "I am S to the Arapizzle" or something. It's
just not so good. Bizarre. It didn't age well.
I'm saddened that Donal Logue doesn't crop up in here anyway. Have a little verse to himself. That's the only way it could be improved / worsened. I don't know.
But he does it like old school. I'm Donal Logue, and I'm here to say
I love Shark Night in a major way.
Jesus. I'm glad you told me about this. Like
the bad guy.
I was not having a great day at work, and then all of a sudden you pop my message. You're like, "Hey, we have to do a part 2," and I'm like, "Oh no!" And in my head, I'm running through. I'm like, "I feel like we talked about this. We talked about that."
Yeah, because
now I know.
I just
You know what the worst part is? I'm seeing Dune tonight, and I guarantee you, while I'm watching the trailers, all I'm gonna think about is this song.
So I messaged you saying, okay, so it turns out we might need to record a mini second part of the Sharknight podcast. We missed something huge. I can't even tell you what it is over messaging. It can only be discussed on air. And then that was a matter of hours ago. So this has just been thrown together haphazardly, and here we are. So
I'm for it, because this is
it's special.
I'm going to start a third watch through, man, because I don't.
Oh, I've watched it 5 times at this point.
I'm flabbergasted. I'm truly flabbergasted. There has to be. You know what? This needs a minute by minute podcast.
I mean, there'll be 4 episodes, and I feel like that wouldn't even dig into it enough.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Yeah. Well, listeners, keep on listening to this show. Nick, I'll see you in a few months when we get back to this.
I appreciate it.
And we are back. To give you a quick timestamp, we are now recording 6 months, almost to the day, has passed since we recorded that last moment of Nick Rehak's initial reactions to the Sharkbite rap video at the end of Shark Night. And we're now going to talk a bit more about the video and the song and the film a bit more. Nick is back. Nick, welcome back. You're still here.
Hi.
But we also have a couple more guests, 3 more guests.
Have you been waiting for 6 months? Just
waiting, hanging out, man.
Just sitting on the Zoom or the Skype.
Lots of Minesweeper.
So you've already heard them. We have the person who wanted to talk about Shark Night first time around, but couldn't. We have Mark, regular co-host of the show, back on the show. Welcome back, Mark.
Hey, good to be here. Good to be talking Shark Night.
Indeed, joining Mark is his lovely wife Megan.
Hello.
Hi, Megan. And the reason that neither of them could make it to that initial recording is also joining us is little baby Mallory. Mallory, say hello.
Yeah, almost 6 months to the day.
There we go.
You gotta be half sharks.
Yes, Mallory came a little early, and that was why Mark couldn't make it to the show. But now she's here today, and she's going to talk about her favourite film, Shark Night.
Love it.
So before we dig into the song a little bit more, the first time Nick and I talked about Shark Night, we were less than complimentary for a little over an hour. We tried to find some positives, but we couldn't find many. So I feel like it's only fair to Mark, Megan, to give you a chance to talk about this film that you have positive thoughts about. So do you want to... Why did you want to talk about Shark Night, Mark, first time?
I'll always remember when I listen to the episode because Mallory wanted to come, 11 days early? Something like 9?
6 weeks.
6 weeks early. So we had to go to the hospital. We had to wait in the hospital for probably like 9 or 10 days before she was born. Then we were in the hospital. Then she was in the hospital for 2 weeks. And sometime during that time, it was late at night. I was driving back to feed the cats because I was sleeping at the hospital. And I was like, oh, man, the Shark Night.
I was too.
Yeah, Megan was. Yeah. No, she was at the Ritz. But yeah, I was driving back. I'm like, new Shark Night episode. So I was like really excited to listen to it. And I was exhausted. I was like, yeah. And then this like torrent of like dislike hit me. And it put me in this really weird place driving in my truck late at night listening to it.
Mark was very upset.
And I was like, we gotta get this movie back. We gotta talk about Shark Night. So listen, I get it. I get the complaints, but I was just exhausted. I was like, I'm really excited for this. And then it sort of like hit me, and I just sort of crawled into the lobby. I rolled into the elevator. I had a couple nurses drag me into Megan's room. Mm-hmm. That's like how bad I was after listening to that episode.
They turned away from Megan and started looking at you instead.
They started just taking care of him, take his vitals, They strapped a blood pressure cuff on him.
I just had like snacks in my hands from the vending machine. I wasn't even opening them. I just bit into the bags. And just
bucket of ice just everywhere.
He just took an iced coffee and dumped it over his head.
Yeah, I lost all functions. My shirt was on backwards. I was wearing cargo shorts that were camo. I had no idea where I got them from. It was just, it was a crazy night. And so when I woke up 2 days later, because the nurses had to knock me out, I was like, you know what? We should do this episode, and we should come back. And then what Dylan, which you've already talked about, mentioned this Shark Night Shark Bite rap. And here we are.
So what is it about Shark Night?
Meg?
I was watching it. Were we going to talk about it? Or I was just watching it because you were? I can't even remember at this point. So much happened. But it's just kind of bonkers. And I really appreciated that. There's nothing particularly good about it. But it's a wild, fun ride. Oh, no.
Mallory, hi. Jet skis. Oh, now she's happy. Hey, jet skis did it. I want everyone to know that Mallory is currently wearing the jet ski onesie that Nick bought her. He bought her two. Y'all bought her 2 sizes, and now she's in her big one. And she's filling
already?
it in. Yeah, she's huge. She's such a big girl. But yeah, like Megan was saying, all right, for me, Nick knows this, Jay knows this. I love jet skis. And there's a scene in this movie where a great white shark swims past a jet ski going at least 45 miles an hour, turns around, and then jumps out of the water to eat a jet skier. It's wonderful. And then a guy with one arm murders a hammerhead. And it's just, I don't know. It features things that I never, ever thought I would see. And I don't know. There's so many shark movies that are blah to me, but this one really has some memorable, like, what's that? The cookie cutter fish? Eat American Idol alive? I mean, it's bad. I don't know. I just dig it. And it just makes me happy. Now, is there a lot of gratuitous shots? Yeah.
Is the CGI horrible?
Yeah.
Is the nighttime shots in a clearly studio, not actually on the ocean, obvious?
Yeah. is the relationship between the lead character and her ex-boyfriend it's like a pretty layered and abusive relationship. Just an odd thing going on between them. You got Donald Law eating soup. He has poison soup.
Yeah, poison soup.
This movie has poison soup. No movie featuring poison soup is bad in my book.
Yeah, because The Hateful Eight's poison coffee. I like that film, so that's fine.
That's horrible, poisoning coffee.
It's just mean.
Could you imagine that? You wake up in the morning, the best part of waking up is poison in your cup.
Aw.
I mean, it's just, yeah, but, all right, so this movie, though, it has a jet ski action scene with a great white shark.
Mm-hmm.
And
a chase with a great white shark.
I went into this movie...
A guppy-ass shark in a lake.
Expecting a PG-13 shark romp that was blatantly trying to rip off Piranha 3D, which is a very good movie.
Yep.
So I was expecting like a shark knockoff by the dude who made Snakes on a Plane, starring the pool boy from Extract, who he's hilarious in that movie, by the way. I love him in that movie, him and Kristen Wiig. But I don't know, why not? It's fun. Like, listen, there's enough there to have some fun with a discussion about it, I think.
Well, I mean, the jet ski scene and the Malik spearing the hammerhead shark, those are some of the highlights that we found when we talked about it. But I agree, this does take some unexpected turns. But when you first watched it, did you expect there to be this rap music video at the end?
I didn't even know there was a rap music ending. And also, they're selling videos on the dark web of kids being murdered. Oh yeah, like I'm going to go on the dark web, have teenagers getting eaten by sharks and sell it. Like that's.
Oh my god, is that a thing?
It's in the film, Nick. It's what the bad guys are doing.
Oh, I know. I was having fun, Jay.
I'm sorry.
Not anymore.
No, but it's not anymore. No, but I just love that. That's the plot. Someone wrote that. They're like, you know what? What's up, baby? What's up? Oh, this is not going to be sustainable.
Oh, no.
Do you want me to put you down? Here, let me go put her down real quick. Megan,
Okay.
Yeah. Put her down.
Okay.
It's all that talk about the dark web. She's getting really upset.
Meg, do you want us to keep going? Oh, okay. Where did we stop?
We stopped at Jay making fun of me.
It's
About the dark
correcting
web.
you, Nick. No, you are.
Trying to roll with the bit, but he was like, nope.
Wait,
You
there was
were-
dark web in this movie?
But,
Not
yeah.
dark web, but, well, I mean, to an extent.
No,
if you
I'm
sell
joking.
videos.
Ha! I knew it.
Oh my gosh.
I knew it. I was waiting for Nick to fall
Got
for
me
it.
again.
Ha! Okay.
I set us off on a bad tone here in the beginning, talking about Skype and emails, so I'll get us back on to goofiness.
Right.
The tone has not been the same. I think Shark Night just brings out the worst in everybody here. Like, the tension is in the air. It's just palpable. Palpable? Palatable?
It's palatable.
Persimmon?
Palpatineable.
Chancellor Palpatine? I mean, he does have a lot of tension. All right, do you want me to jump back
Yes.
into something?
It's in the shoulders.
Yep, go for it. We were saying about dark web stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's just it's insane. They're just like, we're gonna kidnap these kids, film it. Sharks gonna eat them. And did they capture these? They captured these sharks, yeah. And they put them in the lake.
It's unclear. I think they hint at they might have put them in there. It's never really fully specified as to why the sharks are all in the lake. I think they say at one point, like, how do you think they got here? To some of them. But yeah, the sharks are still in the lake at the end of the film. Still a problem.
I'm looking on IMDb right now, and it's so gratuitous that you have like the picture of that lady in the beginning with her white bikini looking right at me on IMDb. It's a good poster though. What do y'all think about the poster?
Poster for Shark Night.
She's screaming underwater with a great white about to eat her.
Okay, yeah. It doesn't scream lake to me. That's more like it seems more like an ocean, clear
Yeah,
blue
it
water.
does.
So I feel like that's poor
Good
advertising.
looking shark. I'm a
Yeah.
fan of the teeth array.
Yeah,
It looks like a fine shark film. Pretty.
it's 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 teeth work.
So have you watched
Oh,
this in 3D?
I saw it in theaters, yeah.
Okay, because Nick and I haven't seen it in 3D.
Listen, a shark movie comes out, I see it in the theaters. If it's in the theaters, I'm there.
Day one.
Got
No,
Yeah.
3D.
Opening weekend.
Oh, day 3D. I felt, yeah, Well, like 47 meters down, I waited to 47 and it didn't last that long. So I was like, crap. And then I made the same mistake with the sequel. Like Jaws 2, I went on the second day. It's crazy.
As you do. Well, the problem is now, I mean, you got like Fast 9. You have the Duck spoilers for over a week.
Mm-hmm. Magnets.
How do they work?
20,000 leagues.
I'm still waiting for that one.
That's just too long.
2012, like when am I gonna be able to watch that one?
A million years BC, honestly.
Yeah. You gotta be a Highlander to watch. If I was a Highlander, that's my reason to stay alive. I'm gonna watch 1 million years BC, 10 million years BC. Do you have to go backwards?
Is there a film that's got billion in the title?
Do you have a time machine that you have to go backwards? What? Wait, how does that work? Went to 10 million BC, couldn't even watch it.
You gotta take back a little battery pack with a DVD player with you.
I went to 10.
Was Stephen Strait there?
Yeah, I went to 10 million BC with the portable DVD player, watched 10 billion BC.
So,
Roland Emmerich.
So why did you invent time travel? Well.
That's okay. Listen, if I invented time travel, that's what I would tell people because I really want to watch 10 billion BC in 10 billion BC.
But also think if you had the technology for DVD players and whatnot back then, think of where we'd be now.
You could be watching DVDs with dinosaurs.
You could probably be watching DVDs directly in your brain.
Whoa.
At this point.
With dinosaurs.
Sure.
I love how it's still DVDs. Like you still
just laughing and carrying on.
Movies.
What do you think?
You could be streaming directly into your mind.
There's a DVD cartridge. What's Strange Days? How do they watch the movies in that one?
Wasn't it? Oh God, I think it was disc. It was like a mini disc. I think it's been.
It'd
a long
be
time
like Altered Carbon, but the stacks. You plug them directly into the back of your neck, and they have movies on them.
I would watch Shark Night 3D like that.
Oh,
infinite technology, and that's what I use.
Oh, it's like VR. You live in the experience of the movie.
Live in Shark Night 3D. I'd be on jet skis all day with Nick.
What if it's What if it's like a piece of gum and you chew it, and as long as you chew it, that's how long the movie is?
Interesting.
Oh, that's for the Willy Wonka prequel coming up. That's
that would be.
And it tastes like movie popcorn.
As someone
yes.
who just.
Oh my gosh.
You turn into a giant piece of popcorn. And you just pop.
And then the dinosaur eats you.
Yeah.
So, is everyone chewing gum now in theaters? I couldn't go outside.
No. I'm saying, like, if you have the movie playing in your mind.
Oh, for as long as you chew gum?
Yeah. And the faster you chew it, the faster the movie goes. So you could fast forward through scenes you don't want to see.
How do you rewind?
I was going to say the same thing.
Oh, ready? Blow a bubble.
I can never rewind it then. I can never do that. I can never master the art of bubblegum blowing.
You're going to have to learn.
If you blow a giant bubble, it takes you all the way back to the beginning. And if you do those bubbles, it just takes you back 10 seconds.
It's the chapter.
So when you saw Shark Night in the movie theater on day 3D, do you remember the video at the end of it? Was that present?
No.
That wasn't.
I didn't even know about it until Dylan brought it up.
So it wasn't there, or you don't remember it?
I mean, I didn't stay till the end of the credits. Like,
okay, fair enough.
I wasn't so enraptured with the movie that I needed to know the soundtrack.
It wasn't a Marvel movie.
I will tell you though.
I mean, they've conditioned us pretty well, right?
After working in movie theaters, though, I had to clean theaters to so many final credit songs. What would I have thought about this?
What's your least favorite final credit song because of that? Like one where you're like, oh no, I gotta shovel out Rocky V again.
We just did a show on Orca. That has a truly terrible credit song.
Oh, you know what? You asked, that's such a great question because there was a song that would play over the credits that just drove me bonkers. I loved American Weddings songs because they had that Laid song and they had an Avril Lavigne song I liked. Bailamos was West.
Oh my God.
Wild Wild
I
West.
love Enrique Iglesias.
Bro, that was you can run, you can hide, but you can't escape I love that song. That's not even Bailamos.
That's the second time Bailamos has come up on this podcast. It came up on the, I think it was the 2 end credit show, again with Nick.
Interesting.
Bailamos is my thing, man. What do you want me to do?
That's a jam. That's a really good one. So I
Right?
dig that. I love some Bailamos. Bailamo? I'm really tired, so the words just aren't coming out of my mouth right now.
Let the rhythm take you over.
I can't even do it. But yeah, we used to have
Te
those.
quiero, mi amor.
Ooh. Yeah, we used to have those CDs, and sometimes they would forget to send a new one, so we'd have it for 2 months, and I would just hear the same songs over and over while cleaning theaters. But yeah, American Wedding, good soundtrack.
What's the song at the end of the Bourne movie with Jeremy Renner that's in a ton of movies?
Yeah.
Obi-Wan?
Yeah. What is it? It was in every single ending.
So many end credits.
It was the end of Munich. It was the end of Lincoln.
Yeah, it was the end of War and Peace.
Yeah. Didn't Paul Dano sing it? Didn't he do the cover
He
with
did.
Lily? Yeah. Imagine him singing that song.
It was Jessie Buckley because she was in that show.
Jessie Buckley. Oscar-nominated Jessie Buckley.
You just made me feel like Letterkenny Bonnie McMurray.
Bonnie McMurray. Oh,
I was just
Nick.
watching Letterkenny before recording this.
bro.
Oh,
Jet skis, sea-doos, and ants.
and Saving the Canada Geese.
Have you seen that episode?
Gooses.
No, I'm on season 3 right now.
Oh, season 4, there's a discussion about ants riding sea-doos.
Oh my goodness. I might skip
Tears streaming down my face.
ahead. Okay. All right.
I've never been
For it.
happier. And they also talked a lot about Canadian geese.
They
I
called them
love
goose.
geese.
Yeah, I love them too. They're great creatures.
It's a
And
top
you know what's
5
interesting?
bird for me.
They were gonna
And all those Canada Goose in Shark Night. How
Yeah.
about that?
they would have killed the sharks. They would have picked the sharks up and swam away with
For
it.
sure.
Oh.
Four of them would have.
Cross a goose and its babies? No.
4 of them would have picked up the great white and swam away with it.
So the sequel
They're
is
like-
Goose Day.
Just
They
the
would have
power in the
chased
wings.
that thing.
Nick's
Has there
looking
been a
up.
goose-based horror movie yet?
Is that a great white
Oh,
being
they
carried
should
by
be.
4 Canadian geese?
Oh, funny story. There is a movie, a horror movie based on Canada Geese. It's some security footage from outside of one of our offices chasing a member of our staff across the parking lot. And security thought it was so funny that they saved the video and shared it with people.
That's amazing.
There's not a
We
lot
had 2
coming up for Goose movies. There's Duck Duck Goose. There's obviously
Fly Away
the top,
Home.
The Top Gun films.
Fly Away Home's probably like the number 1.
Get goosed.
Father Goose with Cary Grant.
There's a great goose
talking
scene
about Fly Away Home.
in Benedetta. There's a great goosing scene.
There's a film Yogi Bear and the Magical Flight of the Spruce Goose.
Oh,
There's a
Oh,
great goose scene in Blazing Saddles.
oh yeah.
I
When
thought
they're
there should
fighting
be
in
a
the
horror
fountain.
film called
Yeah.
Duck Duck Goose.
Woo! Also, there's 2 Canadian geese on the trail we walk. They had 5 little geeslings. They raised all of them to adulthood. Those are the I respect a lot of things, but I respect them the most. They went 5 for 5 with their kids. That's impressive. Because like when Attenborough's narrating, like this turtle had 30 kids, they're all dead now.
especially in a busy suburb.
Yeah.
Lots of roads around there.
All 5. They went 5 for 5. Like I wanted to give them a medal, but they would probably kill me if I gave them a medal.
They would. The
Yeah.
geese would probably kill you.
Yeah, they would bring their friends too.
Well, what
Canadian
place
geese
is the medal?
speak. Oh, number 1 dad, number 1 mom.
Oh, well, then they would totally wear it. They'd be like, oh my gosh, thank you.
They would move in and just take over.
There's pictures on next door of the geese with their medals.
They would come into our house and just claim squatters' rights and kick us out.
They're on
Turn
the
our
cover
light
of Goose
See
Weekly.
this medal? You see what that says? Says I belong here.
Goose Weekly.
Honk honk.
Behind like a 65 Chevy convertible.
Listen, I want it to be stated on the record that I tried to bring it back to Shark Night and it went completely off the rails
I've
again.
stopped
Okay.
trying at this point.
So the Shark Night rap.
Thank you.
It's okay.
No, it's not.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I watched it last night for the first time, and the
Oh,
first thing
wow,
I said, the first thing I'm never honest with people, but I'm gonna switch to honest now. I said, "Oh man," that was the first thing that came out of my mouth. And then when Megan was watching it today, she went, "Oh man."
I said, oh no.
Yeah, you said, "Oh no." I was like, "Oh," no. I was talking. So Megan was upstairs, and I was downstairs talking to myself when Sarah Paxton's scene came up. I was like, "Oh no."
I think you
And
need S to the mother shark in Arapaski. to give
Yeah.
her a full name.
I almost fell apart. Like, I almost melted into the ground and just formed fabricated wood with that Meg would have tripped over later. Like,
Her
I just,
husband is not my favorite.
but I gotta say, the more we watch, I've watched about 7 times now, and the guy's telling the shark that he hates its butt. He's like, I hate your butt. And then the whole guppy ass sharks in the lake, they're gonna kick shark ass in 3 dimensions.
Oh, and the jam on bread bit.
Yes,
Jam on bread,
that's
peanut butter on toast.
Eat a hearty breakfast,
and I
gonna
make
make
shark
shark ghosts.
ghosts. I beat him and I eat him with my shark fin tooth. Turn my dark thin poop into shark fin soup.
Oh my god.
And then
Shot
there's
of a
Nookie
shark
butter.
in a toilet.
I love some nookie butter.
I like
There's,
that everybody has their own bit, even if some of them are bad bits. Everyone sort of goes for it, and it's not good, but it's really, I don't know. They were just having fun.
yeah, there's no self-conscious.
No,
It's not self-conscious at all.
it's not edited down for.
And they're not trying to be cool. I will say
Quality.
the MVP is the villain of the movie. When he starts belting out shark, like he was fun. I liked his
I don't know,
style.
Chris Carmack, I think he loses the kind of the singing ability as he's chanting the sharks. He kind of stops,
Yeah,
he drops his
loses it a
sincerity a little bit towards the end.
Yeah, he just starts going shark, and I don't know. Then the whole knocking on the thing, the guy's arm. It's just it's something that you would film your freshman year of college and regret later.
And
Listen.
burn every copy of, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna say something controversial. I like this song better than the theme song of Deep Blue Sea 2, because it
Okay,
just feels more
I'm glad you said
fun.
two.
Deep Blue Sea 2.
Yes,
Yes,
that's
the
Swimming.
Swimming in the deep blue sea. That takes itself way too seriously.
Yes. I don't think I'm quite that far, but I can understand that perspective.
Thank you.
Sharks on my jock. Sharks on my jock.
Joke,
Jam
joke,
Which is
on
a
joke,
classic
joke.
problem for everybody,
Yes,
by the way.
Yeah.
we've all been there.
And then wait, Mankilla, Tanzilla. Come on,
How about the end? Look out for that fin,
yo,
Yeah, I'll steer, yeah.
because it's the
Fin.
end. Fin.
So something I found is that there is nothing about this song online. I've tried to find interviews or with any of the cast where this is even mentioned, and I cannot find anything. The lyrics aren't available anywhere. It's not on. Dustin Milligan is credited as the director at the start of the song, but it's not on his IMDb. He hasn't mentioned it anywhere. His DMs are open on Twitter, and I debated messaging him about this.
Oh, you should. From Deep Blue Sea, the podcast.
Oh yeah, you
They-
should,
okay.
and then come back and record another piece.
And ask if it could be the intro to our podcast. The part like shark, shark, shark.
One thing I pledged in the first section of this show 6 months ago was I'm going to be have the first site that transcribes the lyrics.
Whoa.
Because every song, lyrics are available online somewhere, apart from Shark Bite. So I've tried to go through it, but it turns out that, Mark, your copy that you have of this has the captions of it. So
Would you like me to read am I doing a live reading of
well,
this?
I mean, we can do, or we can see how correct I am. I'll read what I've got, and you tell me if it's wrong. But
Okay.
I have question marks in the first line. The first line I've got is Nick, Dustin Milligan, ice in my mouth so I can taste the autumn, is what it sounds like he's saying, but I don't think it's the autumn. That doesn't make any sense.
All right, here, let me go back. I'm on my phone. I can only rewind by 30 seconds. So here it comes.
You pop
The
those
screen. But you know what? It lingers on the Rogue Relativity Media Company for
Yeah.
about 10 seconds.
Too
You're
long.
like, this is
It's a
over.
relatively long time.
Ice on my mouth so I can taste them all.
Them all.
Band-Aids down south because that's the place. Oh, crap.
Place the shark bit.
Yeah. Alright, then what do you
Mark
got?
it, but I only need one take.
Yep.
To shake and break these guppy ass sharks in the lake.
Yep. No, shake or break.
Shake or break. Okay.
Oh, I like shake and break.
Me too.
Yeah.
Wearing
Go-
glasses to see
Wait.
Dee's Wicked Redemption. I'm not
Wear
sure.
glasses to see D's Wicked Redemption.
I'm not sure who D is. Oh, Dennis, of course. Chris Carmack. Kick shark ass in 3 frickin' dimensions.
Kick shark ass in 3 freaking dimensions. Yep.
Mess with my crew, and bam, you're dead. Just like this mother shark in Hammerhead, or Hammerhead, as he says it in the song. Then it's the glorious bit of jam on bread, peanut butter on toast. I eat a hearty breakfast and I make shark ghosts. I beat him and I eat him with my shark fin tooth. Turn my dark thin poop into shark fin soup.
I ate a hearty breakfast and I make shark ghosts. I beat them and I eat them with my shark fin tooth. Turn my dark thin. Oh gosh.
Yeah, and that's when you have the shot of the toy shark in the toilet. But in reality, a shark fatality ain't nothing to laugh at. So go and take a pass at www.saveyoursharks.com, which doesn't exist anymore. That website.
I was just about to look it up.
The site is a bomb, though. Word to your mum, ho.
The site is da bomb.
The site is okay. Of course, yes. I think that's a typo.
Da bomb, yo. Word to your mom, ho.
Okay.
Right, now I have a free space.
Yep.
And then.
Nick, would you like to do the next verse?
I was making a bingo joke. I was making a bingo joke. Did not go over well.
Okay.
Silence spoke volumes.
So that's Dustin Milliken's part done, and then he passes the mic over to Sarah Paxton.
Oh, sharks!
She says, sharks. Met my crew, but you barely met me. Yeah. I'm the S to the mother shark in Erapowski, because that's her character.
Paxton.
Her full name in the film is Sarah Palski, or Polski, Palski. So I think she's saying her character name rather than her actual name, which makes no sense given that. Actually, no, it does make sense because Joel David Moore introduced himself as Gordon. So, all my friends died. They say I'm grim reaping, but you better run away when you see the fin creeping.
She does a good crazy eye. She rivals Eddie Griffin from New Guy.
Oh, she's with her. I think she has the best commitment in this. I think she really goes for it.
Oh yeah.
Watch that.
I like the bit coming up where she's sort of harmonizing. That's nice.
Sharks on my block. You can see them take flight. Sherman on the dock, barking at the great white. Sherman's a dog. Taking dive lessons from Dennis, who's really craze.
Who's in the grave.
Who's in the grave? Okay.
Taken, like no G. Taken dive lessons from Dennis, who's in the grave.
Okay. But I told him not to mess with effing propeller blades.
I told him not to mess with effing propeller blades.
Okay, then that's Sarah Paxton's bit done. Moving on to Joel David Moore, who plays Gordon. They call me Gordon like Gecko. I'm sporting 5 freckles.
Fly freckles.
Fly. Okay, because I didn't think that's odd because they like superimpose a bunch of freckles on his chest. Far more than 5. So fly freckles. Okay. Why? What is that line? No relation to them. Her name is Missy Beth.
Busy Beth.
Busy Beth. Okay.
She gets busy.
Fair enough. And she party from the get-go.
And she bought it from the get-go.
Oh, she bought it from... Okay, fine. All around town, she want to spread her nookie butter.
Ew.
Yeah.
I feel...
That's
like
wrong.
No, that's right. But if I had just eaten a large meal, I think I would feel like I had to vomit every time I hear that spread her nookie butter.
Well, I had that as marked as a questionable, is that correct? Because that can't be correct. But it turns out it is. But she caught off short by a pack of cookie cutters.
Yeah, but she caught offshore by a pack of offshore by a pack of cookie cutters.
Yes, that's the sharks. Okay. And then Catherine McPhee, Beth, jumps in and says, jet skis, dorks, boats, and teeny bops all are overlooked by short bikini tops.
All are overlooked by sharks by King Kong.
What?
That's what
I'm going to disagree with that, Mark.
All are overlooked by sharks by King Kong. That's what my things are telling me.
I am certain that she said short bikini tops because that is the point where they cut back to the scene where she's removing she's undressing in the film and putting on a bikini.
So, I don't know. I kind of like Sharks by King Kong. I'm putting up on the screen.
Yeah, all are overlooked by Sharks by King Kong. It doesn't make any sense. I'll check, but
no, it's fine. That makes a lot more sense.
It does.
Short bikini tops? What are shorts and bikini tops? What's a short bikini top?
That's a good question.
Nick.
I mean, I guess it's like a. It wouldn't be a crop top because it'd be way shorter than that. Is it a micro bikini thing?
Like it shows under boob? I don't know. Oh. So what's next? I'm dying to know.
Sharks on my jock.
Yeah, this is the jock part.
Okay, I've just listened to it again, and I think that's probably going to come through on my recording, and it's definitely short bikini tops.
What are you doing to me, Voodoo?
So yeah, then John David Moore comes back in with repeating "sharks on my jock, sharks on my jock, sharks on my jock," which on his jock strap is that supposed to be, or is that means something else? Or...
I don't know. It's kind of confusing.
Is jock butt? Like they're on my jock? Yo, get off my jock! Like you're on them.
Would that be
like you're jockeying per position?
He's riding it like a jockey with a horse.
No, get off my jock, like my jock strap. Your jock strap's supposed to cover the front bathing suit area for men. So I think he's saying, get off of it. Get off my reproductive organs, you shark.
Okay. Doesn't he get bit in the butt? Doesn't he climb up into the tree and the shark jumps out and like bites him?
I love how you're asking me,
down
Nick.
south because that's the place the shark bit.
Yeah,
that's true. Yeah. Okay.
No, Nick is right. Urban Dictionary says "get off my jock" can be also used to ask someone to remove themselves from your male sexual organ.
Hey, there it is.
Be out here.
There we go. Sharks are on his
went to
jock.
middle school.
And he's not happy about that.
It can also just mean leave me alone.
Nick's nickname in middle school was Nick Slang Rehack.
All they did was slang around.
Everyone swing. Everybody was like, what does that mean? Go ask Nick.
So Nick, when you arrived at Cool Kid High School and you introduced yourself, how did that go?
You know, this
they
is
said,
little
hey.
known. He started Urban Dictionary.
Guy Slater Trent. Oh.
Deep cut.
I hear he's real chief in that leather jacket. Ooh, what is chief?
So now we have a filmmaking choice that is Chris Carmack enters the video. He and Catherine McPhee are in like separate windows. Chris Carmack's is tinted pink. Catherine McPhee's is blue. They like drift towards each other, both in recording studios. But we have Chris Carmack saying, not saying at this point, "I know you're afraid of the water," but then he does like a scream thing of deep down. You know, there's a killer in the water. He's going for it too.
Wait, he says you're swimming in the water.
Oh, okay. I heard there's a killer in the water. Okay, you're.
Oh, I thought that he said killer too.
This voodoo's crazy. Voodoo's lost its mind, fellas and ladies.
Well, they don't even spell their name right to begin with, so I wouldn't trust it.
I'm gonna stick with my lyrics. There's a killer in the water.
J edit.
Yeah, and Catherine McPhee chimes in with "killer in the water." Anyway, Chris Carmack then chants "deep down." There's kind of a lot of repetition here. Yep. Don't matter, it's a lake. There's a shark in the water. And then
wait, there's a killer in the water. Killer in the water. Don't matter, it's a lake.
Yeah. No.
There's a shark in the water.
Yeah, I got that. Okay. And then there's just the chanting of sharks. Sharks. I got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I got like 13 or 14 chants of just sharks, 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 and then there's more of that later. Just shark, 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 shark. Now I want to know what Catherine McPhee's line here is, because I wrote down "just a white girl when they're in the know," which doesn't make sense at all.
But doesn't quite go with the rhyme, yo.
Wait, is this a self-aware song?
What? Yeah. Doesn't quite go with the rhyme, yo.
Okay. I don't like it. Fine. And then Chris Carmack chants sharks, and then Catherine McPhee goes, hell yeah, hell yeah. Great.
Yeah, he's like, bop, 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 shark, 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 shark. There's 10 sharks. And he goes, hell yeah.
It's hell yeah, yep. And then enter Chris Zilka, Blake. Oh, no. He's singing underwater in the pool. They call me Blake. They call me Blaker, and I'm as naked as the juice getting ready to let loose.
They call me Blake Kid, and now I'm as naked.
Yep, as the juice getting ready to let loose. Then after that, my tan line's damn fine. gets me paid.
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, wait, my tan line and damn rhymes get me paid.
Oh God. Okay. Fine.
I like damn fine, really.
Me too. It made more sense. But there's sharks in the water. Aren't you afraid?
Yep.
Okay. The next line. The water's too. I have no idea. I wrote down sweaty, but that's not right.
The water's just waist deep, and
Whoa.
sharks get near me.
The water's just waist deep. I heard as too sweaty. The water's just waist deep. Sharks can't get me. I thought he said.
And sharks get near me. But voodoo's crazy, so I'm giving you what voodoo's got.
Okay, well, because I blast.
Give it all you got.
Because I blast past so fast on my jet ski.
Give me the canal. Sorry.
Well, there's two different uploads of this on YouTube, and the first one that I had, the line "because I blast past so fast on my jet ski," the only word I can make out on that one is jet ski. But then the other one, I can make out the whole thing. So maybe there's different versions of the song as well. But when the waves come in, I'm going to save my friend from the great man killer. Watch out, it's Tanzilla.
As I blast past so fast on my jet ski,
Yeah.
so your waves come in, I'm going to save my friend from the great man killer. Watch out, it's Tanzilla.
Yes. Because at that point we get the shot of him spray tanning his male reproductive organ.
His
His jock.
Yeah.
Got him.
His jock.
Ladies.
Enter Alyssa Diaz as Maya. My name is Maya, and I'm crying all the time because some mother effing shark ate my boyfriend's arm.
She is not rhyming, and it's bumming
Nope.
me out.
Yep.
Because the mother effing shark ate my boyfriend's arm.
Yep. And now I'm crying as I cradle his head. I yell out to Nick,
gosh.
full speed ahead. Now,
Wait, this says, and now he's mine as I cradle his head. But no, that's wrong. That's wrong.
Yeah. But when she's singing this, she's singing it when she's in the car, when they're like arriving at the school there at the start. This should be on the boat, surely. That's when she says full speed anyway.
I yelled to Nick, full speed ahead.
Yeah, the boat is
rocking.
I take my tumble with rhymes so fresh I didn't stumble.
Oh.
Gotta love the fake stammer.
But they're all loving it, though.
They're all having a great time making this, and that's
There's
the main
nothing pretentious about the song, and I like that.
thing. There's nothing good about it. And we cut to Dusty Milligan, Sarah Paxton, and Sequel Walls on the boat chanting,
Wait.
Go Maya, swim Maya, keep trying, no. Even though Malik, Sequel Walls' character, is like dying at that point. In the video, he's up chanting for his girlfriend to survive, and then she dies. Fine. And then we get nothing but Malik, nothing but Sequel Walls for the rest of the song.
When I'm alone in my room, sometimes I stare at my arm.
Yep. And in the back of my mind, I hear my conscience call, telling me to spill shark.
The spear a shark.
Spear a shark. Who's as mean as a thug?
Yeah. For the first time in my life, I see I need hugs.
Yep. There I was, giggling about the game. And I don't know what the next line is. That I had played on many something or other.
That I have been on many lakes, and I'm not saying no names.
He's not naming the lakes he's been on. Okay.
Yeah. That I have been on many lakes, and I'm not saying, but there's no G on saying, no names.
Yeah, of course. Why isn't he letting us know what lakes he's been on?
I mean, there's 10,000 of them in Minnesota.
Right, well, he can tell us which ones don't have sharks in them.
All of them do. Have you been to Minnesota?
No.
It's chaos.
I mean, I hear they have sharks in Venice.
Oh,
they do.
Shark.
Yeah. I mean, you got 10,000 lakes. I mean, Disturbed, you got 10,000 fists in the air.
10,000 maniacs.
Yeah.
10 million BC. 10,000 BC.
I mean, Wilson Pickett got it started with a land of 1,000 dances, but I bet by now there's at least 10,000 dances.
I'm out.
Wait, so when did that song take place?
1966.
So then there's 7,000, you said?
Now, at that point, it was a land of 1,000 dances. But I feel like by now, 40 plus years later, we had to have added at least another 1,000. He don't even list 1,000 of them in there.
No, he doesn't.
No.
Nobody has time for that.
Wait, that's a pretty, I like your estimate. That works. We should do an entire podcast about that.
This is the Macarena.
About the dances that have come out since 1966. I'm writing this down.
It's the Macarena.
Wait,
it's
I'm
the
not
chicken dance.
Get me to the dance floor.
What about the Sambola
It's the limbo count.
The what?
from that movie
Sambola.
with Greta Gerwig? What is it? What's it called?
Damsels in Distress?
Yes, that movie. So weird.
Okay, let's see.
Okay, then a thought occurs as tears made my eyes blur.
Yep.
Then I think to myself, what has he done to her?
I
What
think
is
to
this,
myself,
the red
what-
jumpsuit apparatus?
Do you feel like
Yeah, there we go.
when you push her around? Does it feel better now with your throat on the ground?
Back at 2007 Warped Tour.
Well, someday this world's gonna end. I have that on my, I have a playlist called Punk, and it's on that. And then it comes on, and I immediately go, no.
Not today. I'm
I
going to
can't take
edit
it
that
off the
playlist,
playlist.
and you never edit the playlist.
Man, there's all bangers on this one. Yeah, skip 5.
I'm going to bang on the skip button. Even the Hermit's like, yeah, I'm going to pass.
It's like girl talking here, all the skipping I'm doing.
Currently, Shark in Venice is the longest episode, but I think this might be.
Don't care where you're at, you're either here or there.
Yep. I swear me and Nick will find you anywhere.
I swear me and Nick will find you anywhere.
Gonna spear your head until you're dead.
How many spears do you have to spear in the head till they're dead?
At least one.
One, maybe. Screaming, bring back Maya till the water turns red.
I just want everyone to know that Megan thought about it and did a stabbing motion to like, how many would it take? And she just...
I mean, it would be kind of hard to yank the spear out. Like, sharks have very thick skin.
And he only has one spear in the film. So
Exactly.
All right.
I
hate your butt.
I searched the whole night for that great white, and when I finally find it, I'm gonna fight and fight.
When I finally find him,
Find
I'm
him.
gonna fight and fight.
Okay. Tossing and turning in that glass lake.
Yep.
Okay. Put a
But at
spear.
no point is the the lake so smooth that it looks like glass. It is very choppy, especially with all the jet skis in there.
Yeah.
And then at some point, it almost looks like a water tank.
Yeah, all that bayou.
Several. Put a spear in his head, make his whole body shake.
Yep.
I need hugs.
Shark, listen to me.
Listen to me.
Yep.
When I'm standing in that lake, all alone, staring at my arm, fantasies, they come through my mind, man.
I thought it was vanity.
Could be.
I like fantasies.
I come
Yeah,
to
that's my
realize I hate your butt.
Okay.
And if you swim by my feet, make yourself seen, I'll be waiting. I'll spear you. That last bit directed to camera.
If you swim by my feet, make yourself seen. I'll be waiting. I'll spear you.
And that's the end of the film, end of the song. Oh.
I love this song more now.
You know
But
what's
wait,
funny?
there's the lookout for the fin.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The fin.
So
Yo.
Jay sent me this email back on October 22nd at 6:20 in the morning, and it's the whole lyrics. And at the very end, it says "Have fun at Disney World." And I'm like, when did they say that in the video? But I had left for Disney World a couple days later.
That's why we had to, like, as soon as Dylan Richard commented on the Facebook post, in the Facebook page doesn't exist anymore, I messaged Nick immediately saying, we're recording tonight, because I knew he was going to Disney World, like, the next day. So it had to be, like, we have to get on and record this now.
That was
Yeah.
great.
And now here we are, 6 months later.
It doesn't feel like it, man.
So and we mentioned in the first part of the show, any other horror films that have the entire cast singing a song at the end of it. I couldn't find any. Mark, Megan, do you know of any other ones?
Oh, Leprechaun.
I don't know about the cast, but I really like the song at the end of Crawl.
Oh, yeah.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's
yeah.
so odd.
What about I mean, is Phantom of the Opera a horror? Do a lot of singing there.
Do you want to hear something awesome that y'all may not know?
It's a
Yeah,
universal
absolutely.
horror, yeah.
Do you know how I calm down Mallory and it works every single time?
You got to tell us.
Or distract
Yeah,
her.
wait.
Demonstrate.
I belt out Phantom of the Opera songs in the style of Jerry Butler.
Okay.
Because
She was entranced.
when Patrick Wilson was in that movie, he's a St. Pete boy. So people from St. Pete were all about that movie. Because like, yo, dude escaped.
As you do from Florida.
And so we were like, oh man, so that was big. But Jerry Butler, so I bust out Phantom of the Opera, Music of the Night?
Mm-hmm.
I belt that out. All the lyrics are wrong. Rhythm of the Night. This is the rhythm of the night. Oh yeah.
This
Oh,
is
no.
the rhythm of the night.
You got to sing out the side of your mouth.
To me.
That's exactly it, dude. That's
But-
exactly it.
I had that soundtrack, but I belted out, and she just sits there looking at me like, "Is that Jerry Butler?"
How did we get on
Horror songs at the end of
Songs
credits with the
at the end of horror
casting.
movies.
So we got Lep in the Hood. Wait, the
It-
Monster
it's-
Squad?
that? The whole cast, though.
Oh,
Mamma Mia. Just
well,
kidding.
doesn't a guy rap Maniac Cop?
Do not know.
Maniac Rap? Yeah, but there's no the whole cast.
It's
I mean, The
it's a
Legend of
shame.
Jimmy Bones by Snoop Dogg. He sings that.
I feel like
What about
something they
Ghostbusters?
could do at the end of Happy Death Day.
Ghostbusters. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I feel like
The Monster Squad? I feel like that movie's perfect for that.
yeah. Well,
Jackass, the entire crew sing a musical number.
Predator. That would be fun.
That is a horror film because of all the body horror going on.
There's something about Mary. They sing, "Why don't you build me up, Buttercup?"
They do. Yeah.
Are we just doing horror films or are we just doing any movie now?
I think
Nightmare
I
on
think
My
we've
Street by
evolved.
DZ. Oh wait, Crypt Jam by the Crypt Keeper.
Well, if we're doing anything in Mamma Mia, they sing, what do they sing? Dancing Queen?
Oh yeah.
Mark's frozen. Are you see frozen on yours?
Yep.
Okay.
Looking wistfully off into the distance.
He is. I kind of want to screenshot it.
Put screen.
Until they come back. Gremlins. That would be a horror film where they sing at the end because if you think about it, it's the little, whatever the hell, Mogwai, like doing the singing, vocalizing the song, right?
Are they singing Snow White? Or I've only seen Gremlins once.
No. I mean, when the credits are rolling.
I don't remember the end credits of Gremlins at all.
Oh.
I'll take your word for it. I like it. I just haven't. There's too many films. I've got it on DVD.
I think I have the Blu-ray somewhere, to be honest. I was a fan of that for a while, like really into it. Oh, I thought we were still talking about Phantom of the Opera.
Oh no, I've seen the I've seen like the 1920s one, whatever it is, one from way back in the day.
Old Universal Monsters
Yeah.
classic.
That's the only one I've seen,
I have it. I just haven't watched it.
and I don't remember anything about it. But I kind of want to see the stage show. We just went and saw Les Mis last weekend.
You saw what?
Les Mis.
Oh, how was that?
It was great.
Yeah?
I've only seen the film that you hate, the Russell Crowe one, and
Yeah.
I enjoy that enough. I've never really complained about Russell Crowe singing in it, but now hearing someone good do Javert, it changed the whole thing for me. He was phenomenal. Because like the Javert on the show I saw, he was the highlight of the whole thing. He was fantastic. And now I cannot go back and listen to that soundtrack that I've listened to so many times because Russell Crowe doesn't hold a candle to anything.
See, I'm used to the international cast recording,
Right.
so that's what's always done it for me.
Okay. Oh.
Hey.
Hey, there we go.
Hey,
That
there
answers
he
that question.
is. There he is.
Megan went down to get dinner ready, but I'm up here with baby.
Okay.
She's staying until the very end.
Of course. I can't remember what we were talking about. Phantom of the Opera, weren't we? And Nick and I just went off on a tangent about Les Mis. Good. So,
Okay, who would you rather see? Jerry Butler in Les Mis or Hugh Jackman in Phantom?
okay, I was just saying to Nick, the only Phantom I've seen is the old 1920s one. I haven't seen the Jerry Butler one or anything since then, so I barely remember that story at all. But Gerard Butler in Les Mis.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want Gerard Butler in Les Mis because I think he's going to bring more wicked and despicableness to that character. than I think Russell Crowe did. Russell Crowe was just kind of like, I'm Russell Crowe. But I feel like Gerard Butler would be like awkwardly getting into it. You know what I mean? To where it's like, ew.
I can see that because Russell Crowe is the weakest link in the singing. I don't mind it at all. It's one of the soundtracks I've listened to the most is that film. But I just went and saw a stage version of Les Mis for the first time this past weekend, and the guy playing Javert in that one was phenomenal. Highlight of the show. I can never go back and listen to Russell Crowe singing in the first one because it ruined it. So, so yeah, I'm gonna say put in Jared Butler in as Javert.
Well, I say we do a family opera episode because I have that Blu-ray.
I do too. I just told Jay that.
Bro.
Okay.
I have the soundtrack too.
Is it
I
deeply
have a
adjacent
digital
anyway?
copy somewhere.
Can we sing the whole episode?
No, we can't.
Oh my goodness.
I certainly can't.
Do not tempt me.
I really like when Jerry Butler sings that song.
Thank you for confirming that. No, we cannot. Good.
I'm gonna sing like the guy from the Postal Service the entire song.
So I have
Let me get this right.
I have a deepest bluest ranking to update because the film Shark Night just got 4 and a bit minutes longer.
Oh.
So first time around, it was 0.35 meters up in the air, so just over 1 foot up in the air, 12.5% blue. Do you reckon that's gone up or down, courtesy of this video?
Down. Up.
It's gone very slightly up on both counts. Because the video is, just on its own, just a 4 minutes video, 0.8 meters or 2.6 feet up in the air, because it's almost entirely up in the air. There's only a few seconds here and there down in the water, and 14.5% blue. Bluer than the film. So the film works out as being 0.37 meters, 1.2 feet up in the air, 12.6% blue. Everything has changed. It's exactly where it was in the rankings beforehand, but just very slightly bluer and less deep.
So, before we get out of here, I'm going to name 5 movies, and I want you to rank them according to how much you'd want the cast to do a rap song at the end of them.
Okay.
Requiem for a Dream. Kramer versus Kramer. Let's see. Throw Mama from the Train. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
Ooh, okay.
What?
And The New World, but in costume.
Okay, guess which 2 of those films I haven't seen.
You haven't seen New World and Pride, Prejudice, and Zombies.
Seen Pride and Prejudice and Zombies.
What was the question?
Okay, which movies would you want a rap song at the end? Requiem for a Dream, Kramer vs. Kramer, The New World with costumes, Pride and Prejudice and Zombies, and another one that I've forgotten.
Throw Mama from the Train.
Throw Mama from the Train.
I think I agree. Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. That would be fun with that cast.
Suki Waterhouse, LJ.
I think that would be the
Cersei.
cast that's most game for it.
Dominic, what's his name?
I feel like you'd have a hard job trying to convince Dustin Hoffman to like break character and do a musical number into Kramer versus Kramer.
Yeah, he just harassed Meryl Streep the whole time, and they had a great knife fight in that movie.
I was going to say the toothbrush scene alone.
So I'm going to put Kramer versus Kramer bottom of the list.
Oh, wow, wrong.
I'm sorry, Nick. What should go bottom? What do you want? What do you want a musical of less?
Oh, Throw Mama from the Train is last.
Okay, I haven't seen that one.
Me neither. Ha!
But why do you want that last? Billy Crystal, DeVito, Anne Ramsey?
Yeah, you know what? This might be controversial. I don't care much for Billy Crystal or Danny DeVito. I mean, I think a lot of people lose their minds over Danny DeVito, and I get it. Man's a sex symbol. But I'm okay. I'm truly ambivalent, so.
My name is Billy Crystal. Let's go eat some Crystal burgers. You know?
Yeah.
That'd be a good rap.
That was compelling.
Yeah. Danny DeVito.
The banger.
I think I'd be concerned about Billy Crystal maybe doing blackface during it as well. It's always a danger.
All right, what's the one you'd want to see the most?
I think Pride and Prejudice and Zombies would make, for the cast of that one would be the best at doing it. They'd be the most game for it. I kind of like the idea of a Requiem for a Dream. It would be, You know the scene in Magnolia where they all start singing to Amy Mann?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I feel like the Requiem for a Dream would be kind of like that because no one's in a good position at the end of that film. So it's all going to be like they're all mouthing along, lip syncing to a quite sad song.
Like Perfect Day by Lou Reed.
Build me up, Buttercup.
Yes, 100%.
And they like weirdly all harmonize on the phrase ass to ass. I mean, like beautiful 3-part, or maybe it's even a round. You know what I mean? It just keeps building.
Jared Leto would go method.
Wait, I've still been stuck on horror movies with songs in them. What about Anna and the Apocalypse?
Oh,
There's
hell
a
yes.
lot of music in that
Yeah.
one.
And that crazy Santa Claus song.
That's the best one.
So raunchy.
Doesn't she want to have sex with Santa?
Yeah.
I mean, who doesn't?
Who? Oh, God damn it, JB.
I
Tim
watched
Allen?
that on a plane, and I was just looking around at the people next to me like, I hope they're not watching my screen.
Okay, Jay, rate your hot Santas.
Okay. See, I know it's animated, but Alec Baldwin in the oh god, what was it bloody called? Rise of the Guardians, Legends of the Guardians, whichever one's not about owls.
Of Gahul.
He's like a. It's not a good time to say about this about a Russian person, but he's like a Russian. He's like a kind of a burly guy. He looks like he could get it.
What about
Kurt
Mel
Russell
Gibson? I was gonna say that, but then I thought about Mel Gibson in Fat Man
No, thank you.
because he's kind of ripped.
Yeah,
But,
that just makes me think about Walton Goggins.
Yeah.
Kurt Russell definitely. Christmas Chronicles all day.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody's wrong. I mean, the only correct answer is Paul
Ed
Giamatti.
Asner.
Yes,
Oh, of course,
Paul
Paul Giamatti. Fred
Yeah.
Claus, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. I mean,
Oh
you
man,
got-
that's
you
a good
get
one.
Ed Asner coming in from Elf. Richard
Sure,
Reel from.
but you
like,
got Paul Giamatti.
Yeah. I'm just saying his
As
competition,
Santa.
who all come in joint second. Like Richard Reel from 25 different films.
Gutenberg.
Jim Broadbent. Hang on, what was Gutenberg Santa in?
He was in a TV show where he had to get married, and he was Santa's son. Or no, he was Santa, and he had to go get married to a lady, and then take her back to the North Pole.
I would count in Billy Bob
Mm-hmm.
from Bad Santa. Not technically the Santa, but a Santa.
Sure. But then, do we add Aykroyd in there as well?
I mean, yeah, but he's gonna be further down that list because he's got a salmon in his jacket, which is gonna not put him high in the standings.
I'm saying Giamatti. Beefcake Santa.
It's got to be Giamatti. Yeah.
Gotta get my toys back.
Well, it's Merry Christmas for everyone but me. The only guy that's got to work all night. Let's go, Rudolph.
I was gonna open a bottle of wine, but I can't.
It's got these mittens on, and
There's an earthquake.
Okay. So I don't know whereabouts in the schedule this episode is going to come out. I don't know what we've got coming up next. I don't know what last week was.
6 months.
Hopefully it'll be this year. Who knows? But Nick, where can the listeners find more of you online? What have you got to plug?
Goodness gracious. Well, over on Twitter, I kind of tweet out shows that I've been on. If you want to get more of your Sarah Paxton fix, I was on an episode of Pop Art with Howard Kasner, and we did a discussion on both The Shining and Ty West's The Innkeepers, which Sarah Paxton was in, and had a really good time with that discussion. And, of course, I'm over on Mixcloud.com with my show Rehack Radio.
Very nice. Megan, anything to plug?
Nope. Just all of the awesome stuff that's going on. I've been on all of the Deep Blue Sea movies, so
You have.
check out all the back episodes.
We're waiting for a fourth one to have you back
I
on for that one
know.
as well.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
Can't
so-
wait for it to happen. Maybe it'll be like a Mallory, 2-year birthday thing.
Oh yeah. She can talk.
Yeah,
I don't know. Should we show an R-rated shark movie?
of course.
Yeah,
Why
you're
not?
right.
What if it's PG?
I mean, I already showed her Exit to Eden.
Deep Blue Sea 4 comes out when it's a kid's film.
She's already watched 2 seasons of Euphoria. What gets worse than that?
That's more than me. I haven't seen a second of that show. Mark, any plugs?
Yeah. Nick and I recorded an episode about The Lost World, Jurassic Park, and we talked about your list, and I got kind of heated about it. So pay attention for that.
I'm waiting
love
for
it.
it. I'm waiting for it.
We love it, Jay, but when you listen to it, you might have some white knuckles.
Okay.
No, you'll love us more, man.
We haven't fought yet, Jay, so I think this will be a good test for us.
I mean, I hope you specified that I wrote that list in like 2014.
No, I
feel
did.
like
I
I've
did.
developed as a person since then.
He actually did make that remark.
Good.
Yeah,
okay.
I did. I said that you said that you were a much less you're a much less angry person now, and I
Yeah.
made sure to say that.
It depends who you ask, but yeah.
How many keyboards did you break while writing that article?
I have broken 2 since then. So
Yeah.
maybe that probably helped. Good. And you can read more of my writing over at lifeversusfilm.com. Find the podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at DeepBlueSeaPod. Email us, deepblueseapod@gmail.com. If you have any more thoughts on Sharkbite, or you know of any other films that end with a song that we forgot to cover on this show, thank you once again to Dylan Upritchard for requesting this show, for enlightening us all for the existence of this pure nightmare fuel. And
Hey, wait, what was that, Mallory? Oh, okay. So she tells me that San Andreas does star Dwayne Johnson, but the movie belongs to Paul Giamatti. She just wanted everyone to know that.
Oh, that's
Wise.
fair.
Yeah.
Wise beyond her years.
Yeah. And she thinks the Dario's cool. She likes the White Lotus.
Okay, good. Mallory, we all agree. Wonderful. You're welcome on the show anytime. Did you have anything to plug, Mallory?
Yeah, she loves Jurassic Park 3, and she hopes one day that you two can have a really nice discussion about it.
Well, looks like me and Mallory are getting off on bad terms almost immediately.
Aw.
I have a new nemesis in the world.
Wow,
Good
Mark,
to hear.
jeez. She also loves Barb and Star.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fine. We'll allow
Well,
that.
who doesn't?
Yeah, it's great.
See?
Okay.
It's like seagulls!
For the episode on Sharkbite, thank you, Nick. Thank you, Megan. Thank you, Mark. Thank you, Mallory. And I've been Jake Blewett, and I will deeply see you next week.